I'm going to pull a card on camera. I'm also going to probably post the crop version of whatever card I'm going to pull in the channel that's going to come through. I posted on Patreon, and this is an example of stuff that's done over there. This is just, I do, random channel writings, random cards that need to be pulled. What do we want to hear right now? What is the energy of this week? What is the energy of just space right now and time right now? There's so many things, and so many different options over on Patreon. And then, there's support, where it's just a small subscription. It's just a base support for those that just want to support. There's collective connection, which get all the collective readings and all of that. And then there's sun rays, and they get all of the collective affirmations and things, as well as, they get access to the collective readings. And then there's Phoenix, which is the highest one. And I'm currently working on something to add to their rewards. It's only going to be available for the Phoenix tier. It will not be available on Total Wellness, Mind, Body, Spirit, or any other thing. Solely for Patreon. Asking for help. Do we have any other context to go with that? Okay, they gave us some context. So the first card that came up was asking for help. And this card, if you notice the illustration, it's an older individual helping a younger individual. This can be seen as asking your elders, asking of your counsel, asking of someone who has a more experience in a particular department than you may have. This could be seen as being new to a task or being new to an arena of knowledge in which that you may not know all the answers. And so sometimes there's a sense of pride about asking for help, whether it's something of, you're confused on something, you don't fully understand something, or whether it's asking for help by means of resources, whatever that may entail. And so sometimes there's a sense of pride, of fear of judgment, fear of rejection, connections to past traumas in which you're made to feel guilty for asking for help or questions. Maybe you were raised in a area and time where you weren't allowed to ask for help and assistance, and it became a theme of almost a generational curse of do everything by yourself. You can't lean on anyone to do anything. And so that might be a theme where you keep being put in positions where you need to ask for help, but instead of doing so, you have that sense of, no, I'm gonna figure this out myself, I'm gonna do this myself. And yes, it is good to evolve and to learn to solve your own problems, but it is also entirely okay to reach out to elders for help. It is entirely okay to get perspectives and resources and knowledge and advice and all of that from an elder. Elder could be someone a couple years above you. It could be someone who spiritually not ranks higher, but that has been around a bit longer. So when they channel from that intuitive source, it is an energy that is high, it is respected, it is governed. Elders can also be literal older family members, aunts, uncles, titis, tios, older cousins, friends that have been through an experience longer. If you have any mentors or therapists or anyone who's just older than you that you really admire and respect of their opinion, that is considered an elder that you not report to, but you respect, to whose opinion that you can respect. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And the card that they went along with that, where I asked for a bit more information on, like, well, what exactly ask help about, or like what's up, the card of messages came through. If you notice on the back, there is an angel right there, and the angel has plooped down a feather, and the feather is just like a little inkling of like, hey, I'm here. Feathers often symbolically mean different things. Different feathers and derived from different birds have different meanings, from unity to compassion to protection to warding, warding as in protective wards, and just different things. They're part of nature. They are a wind element. They are, well, this feather in particular looks like it almost could also be derived from the angel's feather wings. See that? And but that being literally the angel's feathers wings, it's like they're doing whatever they can for you to receive that message. They're doing whatever they can, that they're literally just dropping off the feather from their own wings in order to be like, hey, look at me over here. This is purposeful. This isn't accidental. We are here. We are listening. Ask for help and you will receive the message that you were asking for. You also notice that the individual over here has a full basket of fruit. Well, fruit and vegetables. Those look like plums, shallots, celery, it could be an apple, potato, a couple eggs. But I think that's an apple, and then that's a tomato. And then it looks like they have banana, ginger. Anyways, point being is that you're abundant, is that you are never lacking, you are never alone. They will never allow you to fail. There is nothing that you could do to fail. Even if you were to die right now, in this moment, today, that is not failing. Your soul, if that mission is incomplete, best believe you're going to restart and finish it. There's no going around it. There's no, like, if it's meant to be done, if it's divinely written to be so, it is happening. So anytime that you get put in a position that you start freaking out and don't know what to do and where to go and how the hell did I end up here, know that everything is purposeful. Know that the position that you are in right now will make sense later on. It is a missing piece that when, whether it be 6 months, a year, 2 year, 5 year, decade, 3 decades down the line, one day you're going to look back and be like, holy shit. That was the missing piece that connected me to be at this point in my life. If that thing didn't happen, who knows where I would have ended up, That thing ended up with this thing. Whether it is a literal only gaining education from that particular thing, whether you learned something, a lesson was had, you actually learned, a street smart something, a skill, a task, or whether it was a mental, spiritual, emotional, psychological learning experience, something was experienced, something was had that altered and shifted your perspective, that then allowed for the next thing to happen. There is nothing that you can do to mess up or ruin what's meant for you, and that's just a simple fact. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Look how happy this elder is to be passing on education to the younger so that they can fly the kite. That's how it used to be. That used to be in ancient times, is that individuals would learn from elders and the elders would learn from the ancestors, and everything is passed down and trickled and just carried on throughout. I mean, that is the same instance of generational curses. You learned a particular pattern or a mentality, a thought wave, or a philosophy that then is stuck and imprinted within your whole family and broken down through all the, you good? Through all of the generational points until you reach this point where you no longer resonated, where you realize it did damage instead of good, and it's a cycle where it's the flip of the coin. There's the good and there's the bad. There's the good of those that ask for help, and it's cohesive, it's communal, it's love, it's understanding. And then there's also the flip side where there's pride, there's ego, there's refusal for asking for assistance or help. And so you get to the point where you realize, damn, how did I get here? And, that's the look of generational curses. And many people who, find their way to find this video, many individuals that are going through the theme of healing at this time have the weight of generational curses on them. And when you ask your ancestors and you sit down and you meditate with them and you ask them what went wrong and what can I do to fix it, your ancestors that you connect to literally lived it. And so because of that, they're able to then relay to you what needs to be done to fix it. What can you do? What unique superpower is embedded within you as a soul divine individual that is the secret that has been needed, that it was the key ingredient to breaking down every generational curse that went back however long. Some of the stuff of generational curses have been harboring since, if you're indigenous, since your land was taken over and your family had to rewrite all of their basic traditions to encompass a foreign specimen within their land. What that does, and the altering of being told that everything that you knew was wrong and altering to fit a normality that's not your own, that is, a root of where a lot of generational curses came from. And that is why there's power in being unapologetically rooted in your roots. There is power in that. There is unity with that. Ask your ancestors for help and they will give you every answer that you desire. Everything. They know the contract you signed. They know how to help you heal. They know the answer to the next step. They know because they are above in foresight. They know because your existence is not accidental. They know because you were divinely placed here in order to solve this generational curse. You have the power, you have the strength, you have the knowledge, you have the gift to do so. That is not an accident. That is not a coincidence. It is not a one-off. It was divinely planned for you to be here and live your life exactly as you are. Make no mistake about it. There are no mistakes in your life. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. You may need to learn differently than others. There may be different ways that challenges are presented, but make absolutely no mistake that there are no mistakes in your life. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. You can alter your perspective to receive differently. You can make different decisions to take shorter or longer ways. There may be paths that allow you to unlock different levels of yourself deeper. There may be paths that are more easy, surfaced, aligned on the top, but make absolutely no mistake. There is no mistake when it comes to your life and your path. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. From the way that your lineage lines with both of your parents, however they met, however everything happened, make no mistake that there are absolutely no mistakes in your life. Your ancestors are there for you. Your elders are there for you. They are waiting for you to ask for help so that they can assist you. The message is simple. They are always there. They are always there. They are providing for you. They are behind the scenes. They have done everything they can to ensure that you understand that it is them aiding you, that it is them helping you, that they will do whatever it is to align you to be at that place, to be at that pure, wholehearted place. You are clothed. You are protected. You are provided for. You are abundant. And also the symbolism behind it being fruit in particular, fruit and vegetables, is the vibration that fruit and vegetables carry is quite high. It is healing. It is high vibrational. It is unlocking of your system. It is healing of your DNA structure when you eat, fruits and vegetables and things of that nature. And so the fact that there aren't any grains or any sorts of anything else, like there's another card in here that specifically has other food feature, that has food like cakes and things of that nature, which it's fun, and that's the point of it. The point of this card is, in comparison, that they do sometimes put different food options. And so cake, it's merry, it's having a great time, it's wine, it's enjoying people's company and things of that nature. So the fact that the message from them is specifically the fact of you will always have access to high vibrational energy through them, because they are always there protecting you and guiding you as long as you ask for help. As long as you ask for help, they will be right there helping you fly your kite, helping you achieve everything you need to achieve so that you can progress forward. That's exactly what everything is. You are always going to be protected. The imagery of the fruit, the imagery of the vegetables is high vibrational healing energy, being abundant, access to something that's able to grow, to sprout, to harvest. And many of you have been asking questions about, how am I going to provide? How am I going to be safe? What message? Feeling like there's a disconnect between you and your counsel. It is because, have you been asking for help? Have you? Have you been open to the messages that they have been giving you? It's right there. It is right there. That feather, right there, that came right off of your guardian's fucking wing. That's how serious they are in making sure you understand how closely you are connected in order to achieve what it is that needs to be achieved. There is absolutely no mistake between the healing abundance of having access to healing high vibrational fruit and vegetables with the connection of having your ancestors, your guides, directly place everything in front of you on your path. Listen to the messages. Do you not hear the messages? Have you been asking? Have you been opening to seeing? Look around. Everything that's placed in front of you on your path, take a step back, because this individual has no idea that this feather is not from a bird. It comes directly from their guardian. But they don't notice because they're just paying attention to the path. They're only paying attention to the path. What's directly in front of them? What's by their feet? What's on the floor? If they took a step up, took a step back, they would realize that's directly from a guardian. There is absolutely no mistake that there are no mistakes in your life. Absolutely. And you just think that this being a basket of fruit and vegetables is a one-off. Here's another card in the deck where they have wine and they have fruit and vegetables. They have cake. They have cheese. Okay, this is a plethora of other things. It's all good and fun. It's an energy exchange. It's socializing. It's treating yourself. But there's something about when you are abundant and you have a basket full of fruit and vegetables that you can make anything out of. It is straight from source. It is straight from universal energy. It is healing. It is binding. It is bountiful. It is abundant. Like, I have a watermelon right here. Look at the synchronicity of life, the fact of the way that everything swirls in unison, and just there's no mistake. Everything is curated so finely. There is thought put into all fruits and vegetables. There is a cycle of, in order to produce said food, you know, the bees gotta go to work, the ecosystem, all of it goes to work. It's all in unison. And so that's another thing of leaning on one another, of the cycle of that the ancestors teach the elders and the elders teach the youngins and the youngins refer to the elders who refer to the ancestors, and it goes down in cycle. When you let go of greed, where you let go of pride, where you let go of anything that doesn't fall in line with trusting the universe, trusting the respected elders in your community, you're able to shift of breaking down those generational curses that derive from the greed, the ego, the pride, to a fun-loving, understanding, comprehensive, mind-opening, understanding, creative. I mean, for all we know, this elder helped this child to make this kite all their own. They could have collected the sticks, made it themselves, and then flung it. We also don't know if that may not even be this individual's direct elder. It could be someone from the community who saw them struggling and they asked, and the child asked for help. Like, we don't know. That's the thing. But the thing is asking, reaching out. I actually saw a post recently talking about, you know, if you want to look at the Christian perspective, or many perspectives where, you know, we talk about everything will be provided for, everything's going to be understood. But if you don't ask for it, how are you going to receive it? If you don't ask, how will you receive? Because how are they going to know you need to, it needs to be received your way? Because all the person knows is that you're covered. So what if, then going back, what if the person that's praying for something, what if you're the solution? And that's the type of cycle of unity and helping and comforting and asking for help, where it cycles, you know, because you may gain something by asking someone's help, and through the knowledge of having the resource, then you're able to help someone else that needs help. And that's just the way it just trickles down. But know that everything, I can't stress this enough, that everything is divinely working out. Everything is divinely working out. Make no mistake about it. The healing, the high vibrational energy, every clue that's stepped in front of you. Take a step back. Every time you see a clue, I encourage you to take a step back and look around you. Because there's probably an angel nearby. It's probably an ancestor leading the way. It's probably a guide showing you the path. Might be your higher self giving you a glimpse of the contract you signed. Letting you know, hey, we're exactly where we need to be, y'all. There's no timeline. And if there is, it's your own. There's no comparison to others. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's you and your timeline, and there's no comparison to anyone else's or anything else. Not a one. You are special. You are unique, and that is your superpower. They can't replicate you. You don't even follow the directions. You don't even follow the instructions. It's your own goddamn recipe. They don't know. They don't need to know. They ask for help. You might help them make it, though. And that's that. That is the reading that came through today. If you like these type of readings, feel free to catch more collective readings through patreon.com/totalwellnessmbs. The link is in my bio. Some of my readings are written readings, like channeled written readings, written tarot readings, and other times it's recorded. It depends on the flow. If you wanted a one-on-one personal reading, I need some water after this. If you want a one-on-one personal reading, you can book that through totalwellnessmbs.com. You can find that link in my bio as well. If you want to donate or support, you can also find the link to Cash App and PayPal in the link in my bio. It has everything that you need. Recent blog posts, access to YouTube videos, all sorts of things. And I wish you the absolute best of luck, and I wish you a beautiful day. Peace. Oh, by the way, thank you for those that tuned in. Bye.